to tell us this is how point A slots into point B. All this time, people have been reading Isaiah chapter 4, and they did not know that it speaks to two things. The fact that war will kill a lot of the available men until 7 women. Can you imagine 7 women knowing about each other and agreeing to be the girlfriends, the wives of one man, and living in peace? And this is not an Islamic nation or a polyamorous nation for the most part. 7 women quietly in the house saying, it's okay, sister wife Mo, and sister wife Shmo, and everyone getting along. Why? Because they do not want the monitors to come into that house and split them up from that man and put them back in The Handmaid's Tale. Whatever it is about. I haven't seen it, but I'm just saying. So, there is a golf course. Is it only for one child? You want to use up this arable land to build a mini golf course for your son just before you're rich? No, not only is it no, but now you are commanded by the government to turn this place into a garden. The government is going to require this amount of quota of carrots from this backyard every single month. Before you know it, for asking for frivolities, for asking for entertainment, you and your wife have now been turned into Jack and Jamila Farmer Brown. That is the kind of thing God is talking about here. And so, do you have the right to move your boundary fence? Do you have the right to buy more land? Do you have the right to add another story to your house? This baby that's coming, is it a single baby? Okay, denied. Is it twins? Oh, approved. Why? Because new citizens are coming into the regime. These people are going to have a creepy obsession with children, and at the same time they will kill children, and you will hear more about it. So he says that they will control you in your most private things. And he says they will be intensely focused on this tagline of the new regime called the greater good. For the greater good, to understand that, please watch the prophecy called If You See Something, Say Something. The greater good is where they're going to weigh the needs of the individual versus the needs of the state versus the needs of everybody else. So the state and everybody else are both in the same weighing pan, which makes them very heavy because it's a ton of people and then there's only you. They will weigh everything that you want to do versus is it good for the state and is it good for other people? And almost overwhelmingly, the answer will be no, which means that a lot of the things that you may want to do, a lot of the dreams, a lot of the pleasures, a lot of the pursuits will be denied you because they will be deemed as social fluff, selfish things. I said that I have had dreams in which I have seen people at the point when the state adds killing to the mix. Right now you are only hearing me discuss compulsion, being forced. But once the state adds killing to the mix, then you will start to hear people say, oh no, I live to grow carrots for the state. I wish they would let me grow cabbages as well. That is just terror talking out of people's mouths. America is going to be like, but worse than 1984, the novel. Ways that make sure that the citizens will suffer loss after loss. And then there's travel restrictions. He says they're coming. Right now we get travel advisory, not travel restrictions. Americans get a travel advisory. An advisory is when they give you advice. They tell you there's mosquitoes in an area. They tell you there's wildfires in this area. It's wise not to travel there. They will say that there's going to be intense flooding in this part of the country, to go as you please, but a travel restriction will not give you the same options. Remember, America, your options are being taken away. Your freedoms, which you so freely protect, will suffer gatekeeping. And now you as an adult will go only where you are allowed to and do only what you are allowed to. Breaking or ignoring travel restrictions will bring instantly a range of penalties ranging all the way from a financial ban of your funds, that is a temporary freeze on your bank account, and all movement of your money if you are found guilty of breaking the travel restriction, to a hefty tariff on your funds. That means a massive fine. A taxation will be laid on you, or a fine of massive proportions that you will surely feel it, the fine that they will give you, the amount that they will put on you, such that you will never break a travel ban again, all the way to confiscation of your travel documents and the suspension of all rights to move around. So this time it's not advisory, go or not go, based on how you feel. Now it's travel restriction. You go, the punishment is to totally freeze the bank account for a certain amount of time. No funds coming in or out. So you are not getting your salary, but your bills are still due. They freeze all movement on your bank account if you're found guilty, or they will put a hefty tariff on your funds. That means your funds are coming in and they have a 20% tariff on that thing for 3 months. For 3 months, 20% of every dime that you are entitled to is being taken off. So that is a consistent tariff, 3 months, 6 months, or it's a one-time fine of such massive proportions that every time you think about it, all the food goes into your windpipe instead of going into your esophagus. You feel that amount that they take away from you, and you